Alright, so here's a quick little think piece for you. Shortly after the release of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I uploaded a not-so-little video entitled Tears of the Kingdom is Overrated. That wasn't its original title, but I'm not going to bore you with YouTube algorithm stories. Just know that the video only started receiving views once it was rebranded with this title. Having said that, I took great care in selecting a title that I felt still honestly represented the video's content while actually drawing in viewers. My video on the game was much more negative than the vast majority of online discourse about it around its release, but it wasn't a raving hate fest either, and this led quite a few commenters to get confused and accuse me of rage baiting, which I found really interesting. I think I ended up accidentally stumbling upon a systemic issue with the way people view and comment on media these days, especially in the anonymous online sphere. I don't know when exactly online discourse became so extremist and binary, but I genuinely don't feel that my Tears video's replacement title was particularly misleading, and it certainly wasn't as outright dishonest as some claimed it to be. So I wanted to take a minute to remind everyone of a few very obvious facts about our reality and address the true functional definition of the word overrated. Now, obviously, right off the bat, the term overrated is a subjective one. Anytime anyone throws it around, including myself, of course, you should take it with a grain of salt. But the part that I think people seem to forget is that it is also a relative term. A piece of media's quality is not binary. Most products are not all good or all bad. They have strengths and weaknesses. I know, dadoy, but here we are. As someone who receives endless entertainment value from gamer president memes, I can tell you that one of the things I find so funny about them is how ridiculously binary their opinions always are. There's just no room for subtlety and nuance. Everything's either god tier or irredeemable dog shit. And I thought we were all on the same page that that was the joke. But it seems to me that there is a subset of people who really do, unironically, view both media and its corresponding online discourse in this overly simplistic, nonsensical manner. It seems that the term overrated has somehow come to denote only things which are quote-unquote mid-AF, and anyone who claims that something is overrated while still acknowledging its positive qualities is lying and rage-baiting. So I can't speak for everyone, but let me at least set the record straight on my personal definition of the word overrated. When I say something is overrated, I'm speaking relatively. When I called Tears of the Kingdom overrated, but then said I still felt it was a 10 out of 10 product, I wasn't being inconsistent or duplicitous. I was referring to the excessive levels of, at times, undeserved praise it was receiving. There is a big difference between something being a 10 out of 10 product and something being perfect, or in other words, utterly flawless. Tears of the Kingdom is clearly a quality game. It's fun, imaginative, and excessively massive in terms of scope and scale. But when I called it overrated, I was referring to the things it screwed up, which simply weren't being acknowledged. I'm not going to do an entire micro review of the game here when I already have a 1-hour video on the subject, which you should watch, link in the description, but again, the sky is weirdly barren and the depths are unapologetically repetitive. The dev team recycled the entire overworld and took 6 years to create the game, and yet couldn't be bothered to rework the janky combat, rebalance the defense stat, and upheave the utterly broken healing system. Despite still enjoying the game and feeling it has a lot to love, I think Tears of the Kingdom is overrated because when it launched, nobody was talking about this stuff. They were just going on and on about how it makes Breath of the Wild look like a tech demo, while not even fixing Breath's most obvious issues. After 6 years with a recycled map, I can't emphasize that enough. Context matters. Anyway, my point is that a good game, or movie, or book, or whatever can still be overrated if nobody is even acknowledging their most glaring flaws. Overrated doesn't mean worthless trash, it means overpraised, overhyped. It means it has not yet been assessed by the masses with a balanced perspective. So the next time somebody says something is overrated, but then does not immediately proceed to absolutely plow it, maybe hear them out before accusing them of rage baiting. Because nothing is black and white, and the term overrated is a relative one. Thanks for watching. And if you made it here to the end, then let me know if you have any games or other media that you consider to be somewhat overrated, even if you still like it, or think it has many positive qualities. I make these videos to have discussions, and I always say this, but you can see all over my channel that I do actually engage with my audience. So if you write something, I will always respond if I have something to say. Alright, see you next time. Peace out.